What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing another one of my Yu-Gi-Oh! What is it, deck profile list, I guess. I am hardcore, I guess, budget player. I don't like making decks that cost more than 60, 50 bucks. I try to find the cheapest, best decks. And Tenyi Swordsoul, surprisingly, is somewhat budget if you run the Tenyi package, because those Tenyi cards are under $1, majority of them. They got good reprints, they have commons, they have ultra rares with the new tins and stuff like that. So I'm going to be doing a little Tenyi Swordsoul budget deck profile. So we start off with Mare. Mare's pretty good. You bring him out with the Link monster, and then you basically can go into some Link monsters with all the tokens he does, or the yeah, just with the tokens and stuff like that. You can go off into some serious plays with that. Link up all the way to like your big boss monsters. We run one of those though. Then we run 3 Vishuda. This is pretty good to send back target one card your opponent controls and then return it to the hand. Solid card. Comes up a lot. Then we run 10 Ashuna. Basically, what she does, or what it does, is you can banish it and then summon one Tenyi monster from your deck, except Tenyi is Ashuna, which is pretty good. All these guys are basically like your starters. Then we run 2 of the water one, Shatana. This one is basically if one of your non-effect monsters is destroyed by battle or a card effect, you can banish this card and then target one of those destroyed monsters, special summon, and then destroy one of the monsters your opponent controls. So you get to bring back that non-effect monster. That's important, and you get to pop a target on the field. So this is basically Adhara. This is a level 1 tuner, and you can banish it from the grave, or you can target one of your banished one monster, accept this, and add it to your hand. So basically, once you banish one of the other Tenyi spirits, you basically add it back to your hand, and this one gets banished. Pretty good to keep going on combos. As for the Swordsoul package, we're running 3 Taya. This is pretty cheap. I think the way to do it is you banish a Swordsoul card or one monster from your graveyard, and you special summon 1 token, level 4. And what does it do? If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can send you basically Foolish Burial, a Worm Monster, or Swordsoul. Pretty cheap card. I think it's like under $2 or under $1, something like that. That's why I'm running 3 of. Then we run 3 of the Strategist Long Yong. Basically, you just discard one other Swordsoul card or Worm Monster, and you can special summon this card from your hand. And then you can summon a level 4 tuner or token. And if it was sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can inflict 1200 damage to your opponent. So pretty good, and it helps you go to your level 10 synchros. I'll show those in the extra deck. So I'm running some OCG cards because I'm honestly not paying 50 freaking bucks for these cards. Like, I don't know, judge me all you want. You guys can hate on it. I don't know if TCG players actually care, but I play casuals with my friends, and we're all running just OCG cards because we're not paying the absurd amount of money for these cards. When OCG, I picked this up probably for like $1, and this is going for like 50 on TCG, so that's crazy. So you want one of these Ecclesias. Hand traps. This is budget. I run 2 Ghost Ogres. Well, it's not a hand trap, but it's just like, I guess kind of. Basically, Ghost Ogre, pop something. This is your Searcher spell. A Swordsoul Emergence, I think, something like that. Swordsoul Emergence. Basically, you can add 1 Swordsoul monster from your deck to your hand, and it has like a banished effect that you can use to banish this card and increase the level or something like that. Well, probably that, yeah. I'm also not paying the absurd amount they want for this card either. I'm just not gonna do it, so I don't really mind, or you can judge me all you want. I don't really care because the friend group that I play with also runs some OCG cards as well. So we run 3 of the Heavenly Dragon Circle. You basically tribute one worm monster, add 1 worm monster from your deck to your hand, or if you tribute a non-effect worm monster, to activate this card, you can special summon instead, but in its effect, Basically, you just target your own thing if it's gonna get popped and bring out something else. Vessel for the dragon cycle. You basically send this to the Foolish Burial, and if you control a non-effect, you can add from your deck to your hand one Tenyi monster. So it's a good extender if you want to get one of your, like, if you want to give a Shuda to the graveyard and you control a non-effect, you can do that. For Forbidden Challenge, target one, negate the fix until the end of the turn. That's good. And one Swordsoul Sacred Summit. Target one Swordsoul monster in your graveyard. If you control a synchro monster, you can target one more monster again, special summon it. And if this card is banished, you can target one Swordsoul monster or one monster. You can increase or decrease its level by 1 until the end of the turn. Basically like your monster reborn. Called by the Grave. All those hand traps and stuff, all the monster effects, all the effect veilers and crap, basically deal with that. Pot of Avarice, since you're sending a bunch of stuff to the graveyard, a bunch of Tenyis and stuff, basically good to shuffle them back into your grave after your plays are done. And then this I'm still not sure about, but 3 Swordsoul Blackouts. Basically, you pop one card and then you pop 2 of your opponent's card. Pretty good. I might cut this down to 1 or 2. If you guys were keeping count, that's probably 38 cards. So the other 2 are basically up for grabs. You can run some Ash, you're gonna run some effect veilers. I think I should have some effect veilers. I just didn't put them into this deck right now because I was playing. But yeah, so let's go into the extra deck. So we run 3 monks. Is the monk here? Whoops, sorry guys. Monk. So we run 3 monks. Basically, you activate the effect of the Tenyi, you special summon it, link off into the monk, and you can activate the effect from the graveyard because you control a non-effect monster, and then continue from your plays there. Then you can link off. This is the other Tenyi link monster, the Shaman of the Tenyi. Basically, you can discard 1 card, then target 1 more monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Also, for the rest of the turn, you cannot activate effects of monster special summon from your extra deck except Tenyi monsters. When an attack is declared involving your face-up, basically you can target 1 card your opponent controls. Does that? You run 1 of. 1 Draco Masters of the Tenyi cannot be destroyed by battle with an effect monster. If you control no other effect monsters, you can destroy effect monsters your opponent controls up to the number of non-effect monsters you control and or in your graveyard. So basically you can pop a bunch of cards. This is like the link for the big boss monster. This is the while you control face-up non-effect monsters your opponent controls cannot target effect monsters for attacks. Also, your opponent cannot target effect monsters on the field with card attacks. Quick effect, you can target 1 effect monster your opponent controls. Special summon 1 Tenyi spread token. This token's attack becomes a targeted monster's original attack. So it's a huge token. Your link 3 non-effect Tenyi. So yeah. I guess I run 2 of the Shaman. And these are your synchros: Adamantipator, Horizon, Dragite, 1 tuner, 1 non-tuner, levels 8, I think. Yeah. During your main phase, you can excavate the top 5 cards, and if you do, you can return up to the number of excavated rock monsters. You can return cards your opponent controls to the hand up to the number of excavated rock monsters. Also, place the excavated cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. When an opponent activates a spell, trap card, or effect while a water monster is in your graveyard, quick effect, you can negate the activation if you do destroy it. So this is pretty good if you have like Shatana, because she is water. So you basically can have a spell and trap negate. Then you run the effect monster Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. When your opponent activates a monster's effect, quick effect, you can banish it. If this attacking card destroys an effect monster by battle and sends it to graveyard, this card gains attack equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. Also, it can make a second attack on a monster during this battle phase. So you can only use once per turn. Pretty good. The Swordsoul Grandmasters, we have Shishao. Shishao is your level 8 tuner, your level 8 synchro. Basically you can add to your hand or banish 1 Swordsoul card from your deck. Quick effect, you can banish one Swordsoul card or one monster from your hand or graveyard, then target one effect monster on the field, negate its effect until the end of the turn. Basically, you're going to want to combo this guy with Tenyi. I don't know if I'm bashing the names, but if I am, sorry. This card is pretty freaking good. It's honestly kind of broken. So for each banished card, this card gains 100 attack, defense, and monsters your opponent controls lose 100 attack and defense. If this card would be destroyed by card effect, you can banish one card from your graveyard instead. If a card is banished except during the damage step, you can banish one card from both your opponent's field and graveyard. You can only use this effect of Swordsoul Supreme Sovereign once per turn. So I've gotten this dude to just on the field by himself, and he's honestly just such a pain to deal with, and people have surrendered on Master Duel, and it's just like, if you can't swing over him and you try to do like some effect to destroy him, he basically just banishes a War Monster or Sorcerer card from the graveyard and continues plowing ahead with more attack and defense while lowering your monster's attack and defense. So honestly, pretty busted card. And yeah, when you pair it up with this one, you've been basically once per turn once per each turn, you can banish 2 cards from one from graveyard, one from the field from your opponent. Gonna get outledged on Master Duel, and basically you banish the Golden Lords, and those dudes are get pissed and surrender. This one is also one of the newer Swordsoul Masters, I guess. Not Grandmaster. Oh, this one's Sinister Sovereign. I don't know how to say the name. So basically, if you synchro summon another one monster when this monster is on the field, you can draw one card. If your opponent special summons a monster except during the damage step, you can banish one of those monsters, and if you do, inflict 1200 damage to your opponent. When your opponent activates a spell or trap card, quick effect, you can banish that card, and if you do, inflict 1200 damage to your opponent. So basically, you're burning them, and if you can get all these guys out, that's kind of disgusting. You're gonna have like such a massive field, but yeah, pretty good card. We're talking about this one. So right here, you basically run one Chow Fang. Chow Fang is when this card is synchro summoned on the field, your opponent can activate effects of monsters with the same original attribute as the Yang Fang monsters used for the synchro monsters. When this synchro summon card is destroyed by battle card effect, you can add one tuner from your deck to your hand once per turn. When a monster you or opponent controls is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one more monster from your deck in defense position, whose original attribute matches the original attribute that one of those was destroyed on the field. So pretty good. Then one Boxia. Boxia is when this card is synchro summoned, you can target cards on the field up to the number of different original attributes of the worm monsters used for the synchro summon of this card. Shuffle them into the deck. Once per turn, you can target one card you control and one level 4 lower monster in your graveyard. Destroy that card on the field, and if you do, special summon that other monster from your graveyard. So pretty good. So yeah, if you guys want to see some test hands or anything else like that on my budget Swordsoul, please let me know down in the comments below. Let me know if you guys want to see. I'm working on an Ancient Warriors deck that's also very budget with the new support that we got, and I'm also working on an Ignister deck that is actually pretty freaking good. So if you guys want to see those, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.